Welcome to another tier list, but this is not another Tarkov tier list, no, this has the rat touch, this is chats free content, so in here you will have an idea on which exit to choose when you go to your next camping adventure. I have almost camped all extracts in Tarkov, so I drew some conclusions that you might find quite interesting, so sit down, relax, have a snack, or I suggest getting something green for your health, I'm not talking about this green, so well, do whatever you like, okay? And my rat friend, welcome to the EXFIL rat tier list. I will take right off the list the scav extracts, since I haven't tested them enough, but if you wanna camp exit from scavs, go to Lighthouse or Reserve. Those maps usually have scavs who likes to suck the loot for you, and the best thing is, scavs doesn't have any secure container, so all the loot is for you. And second, I avoid laps like the plague, because there's a lot of cheaters there and I haven't succeeded to camp there once, so I'm not going to talk about it. Since I took that off the table, let's begin. Factory. Factory is a map which is considered a mid-grind. Even with the rework that made Factory mode campable, still this is a frenetic map with a lot of possibilities to camp, so expect to have many gunfights here, and of course if you wanna camp the extracts, you better be careful. Gate 3. Yeah, Gate 3 is one of the classic rat EXFILs, since it was the first iteration of Factory. That was the extract to camp if you needed some quick and easy money, since BMCs and scav have this extract, so now with the rework it is slightly harder to camp, since the whole second room is at extract zone, so I recommend for you a shotgun or an SMG, of course it is recommended to camp here. I recommend also using the KS-23 with flashbang rounds. This works wonders. This is perfect for questing. So if this extra goes to a solid B tier, because it is good on early, everyone runs here, and since Factory got reworked and there's more one extract, one guarantee extract, this EXFIL drops population in the middle and late wipe, so be advised on that. Sellers. This extract is the classic chat EXFIL, and since they are afraid to Gate 3, once they buy a good factory key, this is the extract they choose to avoid being flashed and hammered in Gate 3. But there's a problem here, since it's factory you cannot have the drop on someone easily, so you expect to have a gunfight. Even if you hide yourself inside of the door, remember that if the chat sees the door unlocked, they will be more likely to look around and check any corner, but if your rat is right, you might get a guy wearing a Sabral on M4 doing the old times quest, so make sure to shoot him on the legs, because remember that the armor worth more if it is not damaged, so Sellers goes to B tier. Courtyard Gate. This is the new extract for everyone. It is kinda hard to get access to, because all the fighting happens at the office and this EXFIL happens to be behind all the warzone, so expect a lot of confrontation here. Also, if you happen to spawn near to it, jackpot, because you can make sure to hide well, since this is a potential extract for the PvP chats wanting to extract, so you will have more luck here, fishing the fat chats here. So this extract gets more traffic on late wipe, so plan ahead. This extract deserves a good A tier, because this is loot guaranteed. Gate 0. This is another extract for those anxious to open their eyes and go for Gate 3. This extract is on the other side of Gate 3, so this EXFIL will be taken more for questers because of the accessibility. So don't expect chunkers here, but you don't lose all hope, because chunkers can be expected anywhere. So remember to always prepare a good gun, good ammo, and believe in the rat god. At this point, this extract gets a well-deserved C tier. Med 10 Gate. This is another locked extract. This extract needs a key to be opened. This is identical to the Sellers. This extract has more chances to get a chunker, since the chat feels more safe on conditional extracts rather than the guaranteed extracts. So, well, this extract is more open, since you can camp the medical tent from above, but expect a scav to rebel your position. And even this extract sounds safe, people don't take this too often, because it's more for a safe passage for questers. So it is this is your call here if you want to camp here, and this extract gets a solid C tier. Well, if you made it this far, I thank you a lot, and also don't forget to comment on the video or share it, because this is a double-edged sword, and let me explain to you. Because you can spread awareness on these spots, or join to the Rat Pack and use them to your own advantage. Of course, the choice is yours. Also, you can contribute to the circus, because the circus needs money and people to be successful, and of course, this is not obligatory. The only things obligatory in this world are debt and taxes. But of course, you will appear here as a contributor. So I appreciate all the support, and I say thanks to all my supporters. I appreciate it a lot, and thank you to you for watching this video. And I don't take more of your time, and keep enjoying the video. Woods. Woods is a great map for riding, since there's a lot of trees, grass, obstacles, and people sometimes get lost on this one. But it's also one of the most hated maps in Tarkov, since this is way too open and dangerous for PMCs, and since the addition of the BTR and the railway zone, when there's god tier loot, more people come here to loot, so you can expect a teamy with shitty loot, or a level 6 chunker with a big backpack, loons good, or a good loot with a backpack full of valuables, or even a thermal. Who knows, as for a Forrest Gump set, Woods could be a box of chocolates. You will never know what you're gonna get. So undust your best rat gun and let's go fishing, my friend. Outskirts. This is the classic extract in Woods. This is a bit exit, so extra camping spot is hard to come by. The good news is this is a PMC and scav extract, so this is a double price. Just lay down on the grass and wait for your loot. Since this extract is guaranteed, so you can get a good chunkers or teamies. There's no in between, and if you happen to spawn near this EXFIL, you can use the flare extract in your with your hard-earned loot. So this extract is great to camp in early wipe, since all the people here will have full backpacks or even a nice gun, and in late wipe is almost like a ghost town or a teamy doing Jaeger quest so late in the wipe. So this one goes to A tier, solid choice for taxing Woods. The on roadblock. Yeah. This is another guaranteed extract if you spawn near outskirts, so this one is kinda strange since this is an extract way ahead of another two, so being the Ruaf Gate, which is not guaranteed to be open, and the Northern Ore Block, which is close to the point of interest of the map, so still holds a good trade, since this is close to the train where people enter with the BTR, the new zone, where there's a lot of loot there. If the guy happens to spawn near outskirts, take the BTR and loot, you will have a good loot delivery just for you. So this extract is not consistent to grab easy loot, but it has a chance to get chunkies or scav, since this is also a scav EXFIL, so this one gets a solid C tier. The Northern On Roadblock. This is yet another guaranteed extract on the east side of the map. It is rather open, nice and easy. So once I saw this guy running nighttime woods trying to extract here with a raid bag, since this extract is better for a guy doing loot runs or a chat who wanted to go to vehicle, and of course the vehicle not being there, pretty much the same as the on-road block, but this has more chances of customers. This is a PMC extract, so expect only that. Also, this is good to camp because there's too many rat spots, and if you are lucky, you can get a chunky boy here. All depends of the luck and the devotion to the rat god. So this extract gets a B tier. It is recommended by me. Power Line Passage. This is the flare extract of Woods. This is one of the few flare extracts on Tarkov, and it is available to everyone to take, but don't let that fool you, because chats are not very clever organisms, and since they don't use the practice tool to know the boundaries of this extract, they ended up messing up the floor and dying to the border sniper, and of course they dare to say that this is a bug.
And they had to report it. And they don't have to report it.
Oh, Nikita is the one to blame, not their lack of knowledge. So camping this EXFIL is not easy, since if it is way too open, so you can be reading, not paying attention, and as soon as you hear the flare, you know someone is there, and of course you can work your magic there. Even if they mess up the flare, you can shoot him in the legs and let the border sniper finish the kill. They won't see your name on the dead screen, so expect a lot of variety here. You know, a lot of teamies, a lot of chunkers, but there's an error here. This is a very unstable extract, since chats are too lazy to study this EXFIL and its boundaries, so for that reason, this gets a B tier, since this is an EXFIL you can use if you're camping outskirts. Kinda like a secondary extract, so use this knowledge wisely. The Rough Gate. This extract is conditional since it is luck based. People tend to ignore the chance EXFIL since they are afraid to lose it all, and as a humans it is our nature to go to the safest route and the guaranteed EXFILs, and this EXFIL is in the middle of the two guaranteed extracts, being the northern on-road block and the on-road block. So if someone is carrying something valuable, it is the last extract they think about it. So this extract is only for people who quest or happen to pass by. This is not guaranteed to have good customers. It is very easy to camp since it is very open, and of course you can be creative here, but the customers are not so prominent here. So this one gets an E tier. I don't recommend this personally. The CB040. This extract was the chat's choice back in the 12.9 era. It is safe, needs a key, and has a chance to be open. So that is the strongest trait, and also the weakest, because this extract has two requirements to use. First one, you need a key, and second one, there has to be open, and if there's no green smoke, it means that it is now open, so good luck. And if you happen to camp this EXFIL in early wipe, you might get some good gear, people, since you gotta do some Jaeger quiz here, but it is not safe, because if someone can't wait outside, you won't make it out alive. And if the extract is now open, early wipe, so you can get some nice loot. Then late wipe, this is a gamble, because you can get thermal chats here, but it is rare, and this EXFIL is hard to camp. And of course, since it's very close quarter, I give this extract an F tier. It is not recommended because this is not consistent, and even if you get the two requirements, it is not guaranteed to have someone coming to your rat nest. The CV016. This extract is the brother or the big brother of OS14, but this is better, and there's one reason I say this, because it is near of the mill. It is near the mountain where everyone camps, so people can come from here and get out safely, and even people doing quests can come here also, because that sounds nice. Yeah, there's only one flaw here. This extract is not guaranteed. It has a chance to be open, and it shares the same property as the green smoke, so that's an issue. Also, this EXFIL doesn't have too much hiding spots, but here you can have a good score if you happen to be lucky in that rate. People take more this EXFIL at night because of the green smoke. It is easier to spot at night, so keep that in mind. So in this EXFIL gets a D tier. Well, that's the first part of my video. All the extract will be covered, so don't worry about that. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a good like. I appreciate it a ton, and of course it helps the circus to keep going. Because let's be honest, good things are not free, but sharing and watching the video helps a lot and doesn't cost nothing. And even if you want to help me even further, you can do it, but that's up to you to choose to make. But of course it is highly appreciated if you do it. So for my part, this is where I say goodbye, but not for too long. The second part will come soon with some advice, and well, thanks for watching, have a nice day.